Is the phrase, obey Allah and obey the Messenger, referring to one or two sources? The sectarians, i.e. the Sunnis and Shiites, love to misinterpret the 3 Quran verses containing the phrase, obey Allah and obey the Messenger, to mean obey the Quran and obey their Sunnah of the Prophet. Let us start with and analyze 459, using the Quran as its own dictionary, to verify whether their claim is merited or not.
Let's analyze Quran 459, using the Quran as its own dictionary, to determine whether the sectarian claim that obey Allah and obey the Messenger means obey the Quran and obey the Sunnah of the Prophet is merited. Step 1. Understanding the verse in context. The verse in traditional translations reads, "For you who have believed, obey Allah and obey the Messenger and those in authority among you. And if you dispute over anything, refer to Allah and the Messenger, if you believe in Allah and the last day. That is the best and best in result." Sectarians claim 1. Obey Allah, follow the Quran. 2. Obey the Messenger, follow the Hadiths and Sunnah. 3. Refer to Allah and the Messenger, use both the Quran and Hadith. Now let's examine this claim using the Quran as its own dictionary. Step 2. The meaning of obey Allah and obey the Messenger in the Quran. 1. Obedience to Allah. The Quran repeatedly emphasizes that Allah's commands are contained exclusively in His revelations, i.e. the book. 6. Shall I seek other than Allah as a judge, while He is the one who sent down to you the book fully detailed? This Quran has been revealed to me that I may warn you thereby and whomever it reaches. These are the verses of Allah that we recite to you in truth. Then in what statement after Allah and His verses will they believe? Whoever does not judge by what Allah has sent down, they are the disbelievers. Conclusion. Obeying Allah means following the Quran alone. 2. Obedience to the Messenger. The Quran defines the role of the messenger. Not upon the messenger is anything except the conveyance. If they turn away, then we have not sent you as a guardian over them. Upon you is only the conveyance. The Quran explicitly states that Muhammad had no authority to command outside of Allah's revelation. 69 verse 44-47. And if he had fabricated against us some sayings, we would have seized him by the right hand, then cut off his aorta. The messenger's obedience is directly linked to following the revelation he received, i.e. the Quran. 46:9. Say, I am not something original among the messengers, and I do not know what will be done with me or with you. I only follow what is revealed to me. Conclusion. Obeying the messenger means obeying the Quran he conveyed. Step 3. Examining the phrase, obey Allah and obey the messenger. Why is obey repeated? Obey Allah means following what Allah has revealed, the Quran. Obey the messenger. Reinforces that his role is to convey and implement Allah's message, not introduce his own laws. There is no obedience to the messenger outside of obeying Allah. 480. Whoever obeys the messenger has obeyed Allah. If the Sunnah were a separate source of law, we would expect the Quran to mention it explicitly, but it does not. Instead, it repeatedly emphasizes the Quran as the sole guidance. Step 4. Resolving disputes. Refer it to Allah and the Messenger. The latter part of 459 says, if you dispute over anything, refer it to Allah and the Messenger. Referring to Allah, referring to the Quran. Referring to the Messenger equals referring to the Quran he was given. 21:10, we have certainly sent down to you a book in which is your mention. Then will you not reason? Shall I seek other than Allah as a judge, while He is the one who sent down to you the book fully detailed? Conclusion. Disputes are to be resolved only by referring to the Quran, which contains the Messenger's rulings. Step 5. Does this verse support the sectarian interpretation? The Quran never says to obey another source outside the revelation. The messenger is not an independent authority. His role is only to convey the message. Obeying the messenger means obeying the message he delivered, which is solely the Quran. When disputes arise, we refer back only to Allah and His book. Thus, the sectarian claim that obey the messenger means following hadiths and sunnah has no Quranic basis. It is a fabrication meant to justify external sources that the Quran itself rejects. Final verdict. 459 confirms that obedience is exclusively to Allah's laws in the Quran. There is no mention of hadiths or an extra Quranic sunnah. Sectarian claims contradict the Quran's insistence on it being fully detailed, 6:114.